Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is our reaction and review to Jujutsu Kaisen episode 2. What happened last episode?
Last time we sort of got introduced to the what was it called? The club. What was it?
The occult research club.
Yeah, the occult research club. And it seemed to be that it wasn't really that serious until, of course, they opened up this dirty old finger. All hell broke loose. There was monsters and stuff everywhere. I forget the main character's name. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I forget it too. We're watching a lot of shows right now. We'll probably figure it out this episode.
Yeah, but his grandpa died, and sort of with his final words told him that he should help people. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as after that happens, this other guy showed up and was just like, "Hey, where's that finger that you took?" And he's like, "Oh, well, I don't even have it." And then they run back to the school. The other two members of the Occult Research Club are just opened it and released a bunch of stuff. And then the guy's just like, "Stay out here." Of course, the main character does not stay out there. He bursts through the window in an epic move.
That was an epic.
That was super epic. He saves his friends, and then later on just can't take his friends and go. He has to stay and finish this fight, which involves him eating the finger and turn the like evil guy whose I guess finger it was takes over him. But it seems like he was kind of able to gain control. But now he's going to be killed anyway, and he's in this room with a bunch of seals all over it, so...
That's not where we left off. Where we left off was he was just, like, sentenced to, like, arrest or whatever by this other guy. The episode started off with him, like, in there, but we don't know if that's going to happen this episode or if that's, like, what's going to happen next between now and then, because we're not technically there yet. So we'll see if we end up there. But, yeah, you were going to say?
I was going to say, I was thinking that was just sort of... like he was just gonna wake up in there next.
Doesn't seem like it. Well, there's no, like, we don't, he wasn't knocked out, he wasn't unconscious.
That's true,
He was just there, transformed, and there's no, there's no telling whether this guy can even, subdue them. He looked pretty serious, so we can't really tell. But we're gonna see what happens this episode. I'm really excited to, I wanna get explained, like, the power system. I want to understand how that works a little bit more, because it seems really cool, especially with the way they animate it. They're, like, doing hand signs and stuff like that, and, like, the way the guy, like, cast those spells was really cool, so we'll see.
And the wolves.
Yeah, and the wolves as well. Yeah, gonna be awesome. Hope you guys enjoy our reaction review to this episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. This is not a market substitute. Watch on Crunchyroll. Not that we're not providing a free alternative here on YouTube. Do not try to come here and watch the show for free. That's not our intent at all. We cut to our reaction. We don't cut to the actual episode, so we hope you enjoy our reaction review to this episode of Jujutsu Kaisen, and we're gonna get right into it. Hope you like the video. Let's go. Yuji. Oh shit.
来る気なかったんだけどさ、2年のみんなに見せやーったら、無事で。さすがに、やつが行方不明となると上がうるさくてね。観光がてら長谷さんじたってわけ。で、見つかった？ごめんそれ。俺食べちゃった。マジ？マジ？
So what'd you think of the episode?
It was good. What's his name? The guy with the guy that looks like Kakashi.
Oh fuck yeah. His first name is Satoru, but I forget his last name. His formal, like how
they call
he's
him?
something sensei. Gojo sensei.
Yeah, he looks like Kakashi.
He does look like Kakashi. He looks like a younger Kakashi, weirdly enough, because Kakashi's already pretty young.
But he's like the opposite. Like his just like here is covered
both
instead
eyes?
of here.
It's both eyes instead of one eye and his mouth and nose. He's way more. I like him the most so far. I mean, other than the main character, like all the characters are really fucking likable. I love it. Like I don't have anything bad to say about what's going on here. This is all good shit. It seems cliche, but it seems like they're going and they're showing enough personality to make it's similar to like the Demon Slayer problem, where it's like very cliche. I don't really feel the tension like it when we were further into Demon Slayer, and we're still watching it, by the way, so no spoilers. My point is they're doing a lot of cliche stuff, but I'm willing to overlook it because there's just so much personality and it's so well made. And it's really grabbing me. That's why we didn't really talk very much during this reaction, just because it's very... I was really engaged watching this. This is awesome.
Yeah, I like I like that all the characters seem to have their own kind of personality, and then I also like that we haven't been introduced to too many at once.
Yeah.
I think really helps, so...
We're getting like 1 or 2 characters per episode.
Yeah, and it's... Yeah, like the who was it, like the principal guy, or like I don't know how much of a reoccurring character he will be. Like I'm sure he's not going to be tagging along on missions or anything.
Yeah, like he's the headmaster of the school, but he doesn't strike me as he doesn't strike me like he's going to be the Gandalf or the Dumbledore type principal
who's
of this
super
of this magic
involved.
school. Yeah,
we'll probably see him again. And so it was good that we got that, like, big introduction of him and what sort of values he holds for this school. And also that he can use his, like, he can make those, like, dolls come to life. Yeah. Basically, that's sort of, like, his thing. Mm-hmm. Which gives a little bit more insight in a like, they didn't have to make a crazy fight where someone came in and he had to defend them with these stuffed animals.
I mean, he might later.
He might later, but we already saw the wolves, like, in the first episode, and you're like, what is that? Can everyone do that? And then it's like, this guy does something similar but slightly different by using an object that is already there.
Yeah.
And like,
almost... a soul into it, yeah. Making a soul possess it, or a curse. A curse.
So, I think that really helps in sort of slowly introducing what kinds of powers these people have and how they use them. Because there does seem to be, magic and fighting skill.
Yeah.
And sort of a blend of the two, and then maybe each person has a different way that they sort of use their curse or whatever to, like, create some wolves or almost possess something and use that. So I don't know, I thought that was interesting.
I really liked the way they sort of justified there being a magic school in the middle of Tokyo, or just outside of it, I suppose. I'm not sure. I like that they justified it as they gave a legal justification that it's a religious school. And that fits so well, and it makes a lot of sense, and makes me believe that this would actually be in real life. Like, yeah, it's really I like that shit, and I also like that they call themselves. I don't know if it's probably a translation thing, but in English they're saying sorcerer, and I like that. I like that they're coming up with their own, like, terminology, but they're once again like rooting it in some real life shit of, like, real life. Not that they're sorcerers in real life, but
something that you can hear the word and
some sort of
immediately
convention, make an association, that we already have an association with what that is and what kind of shit that they do. I like it. I like everything that they're doing. I don't dislike anything that they're... everything is fucking great so far. It's super solid. The main character is super likable, and he's also clearly a teenager. I like that as well. That he's not an adult in a high school.
To be a teenager.
Yeah. In so many real life shows and anime where they just have pretty much adults and fully fleshed out people, and giving them, like, artificial insecurities and faults. This guy is really sure of himself and kind of cocky because he's, like, a sports boy. He's
always been good at everything.
He's always been good, but he doesn't know. He doesn't fully know why he's doing what he's doing. He had to, like, reason that out in this encounter. So, like, he kind of knew, but he wasn't, like, articulate enough or in touch with his own emotions, similar to how, like, a teenager is. It's really well portrayed. So then when he's talking to the principal, The principal's just like, he's just like, I forget what the exact exchange was, but he's just like, I just realized that, and he's just like, well, that's what education's about. It's about making you think, or something like that, and it's cool. I like it. It's real, because I wouldn't expect a 15, 16, 17, is he 18? I forget how old he is.
Sure.
I wouldn't expect a high school student to be so in touch with their personality and their emotions in order to fully reason out and explain in an articulate and formatted way in one go during a fight how or why they're doing what they're doing, or like, you know, what the deal is.
Why they're taking on an extremely dangerous task.
I would expect them to come up with a platitude like, my grandfather's last words were to do it, when really there's more to it than that, but he just doesn't know how to express that, but then he learns to. It's cool. I like that. It shows growth, and I said this during the reaction, I really like that they established a finish line. I don't think that's where it will end. If it did, that'd be kind of crazy. But what I think is going to happen is that's like, they're going to get all the fingers, and then something's going to change with either his relationship with Sukuna or with circumstances surrounding it. Maybe he'll be able to conquer it and keep the power for himself, like I said in the first episode. Something like that. But they gave us an end goal. They gave us a long-term end to this thing, and like, we're moving. I expect everything we do to be moving in that direction, and hopefully not away from it. So, yeah, I like it. I'm really liking this episode. I'm really liking this show. This is fucking awesome so far. If we end up dropping any of these seasonal shows, it definitely won't be this one, for sure. Because this was fucking great. And I like how they treat every fight. Okay, so the animation's good, but it's good in such a way that it actually makes me hyped up to see the fights, because it's so beautiful. And because it makes the fights feel real. Because there's tension in the animation and motion and momentum in the animation, it makes me feel those things emotionally. Like, that's the thing that people don't understand about fights, I think. They're like, we always criticize shows for just being like, fights having no substance, or for things being poorly animated or whatever. It's like, when you see good animation like that, it makes the fights better, not just because it's a pretty visual, but because it is visually communicating the stakes and the emotions at play in the fight. And it makes me feel like I'm actually watching it. It doesn't make me feel like I'm watching a representation of this conflict. It makes me feel like this is what like, when you build up somebody like Gojo Sensei as someone super powerful and like this force to be reckoned with, and then there's like some Naruto style animation where they're just clashing kunai, standing there looking at each other like and talking for like 5 or 20 minutes. That undercuts your prescription or your description of them as a powerful person. When you say someone's powerful and then they do some powerful shit, that makes me respect the whole world more. So it's good, having good or high quality animation is
or at
more
least
than
a well-paced fight. It's
more than just pretty visuals. It elevates the whole story because it makes you believe what's going on. That's the thing, and that's something that this show is doing really fucking well, and I hope that they keep doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I also like that they've still sort of kept up the humor, like the funny moments.
Sure.
But it's not over the top. At least to me, it's not. I don't know. They're like doing stuff. Like he brings back the souvenir food, and then it's like, well, why you're seriously getting fucking souvenirs while people are dying over here? And he's just like, well, I mean, this is different. I'm going to eat it on the like. I don't know. And he's just kind of being just like a normal dude.
Yeah.
Who's just kind of funny. I like that, and I like that it doesn't seem forced.
Yeah. I can see his personality in those jokes, you know, like.
But I can also see that he's not just those, like he's not just that.
Yeah. In a way that he really is like Kakashi.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Kakashi does the same shit.
I was just gonna say.
I saw a black cat, so I took the long way.
Yeah, so he's late all the time, but then, obviously, even from the beginning, you kind of know that that's not all he is, and then later on you find out, like, for sure.
Yeah.
You know. And I feel like this character, like, he's kind of the same way of, like, you know, you sort of think he's just funny and he's just fucking around, but he's really powerful. And then you're probably going to find out why he's like that, or more about his personality, because he's obviously not just there as comedic relief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out the previous one. Check out the ending reaction. Check out the opening reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. And thank you to all of our patrons, especially those in the Student Council. Zenge,
John Ortega,
Aurora,
Lewis,
Chris Janve,
Nelson Barbosa,
Kage Uzumaki,
Dreadful XR,
Brian,
Handicap Bonkai,
D23L,
Charles Liu,
Brian,
Michael Wells,
King Mr. Mew,
Rifleman Z51,
Brandon Bruce,
Sallow,
Mord Tarragon,
Alfonso Renozo,
Josh Carey Gray,
Jordan Angu,
Lolly Convict,
Takamasa Baba,
Vanity,
Redacted,
Josue Gonzalez,
Zachary Pora.
Mohammed Buran Ahmed. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.